Now I've just sent you some HTML. Grab the HTML I just sent you and go to the taco.advanced.html, taco-advanced.html. Right below the wrapper, see where it says div class of row? Does everyone see that right there? On line 12. I want you to go right above line 12 and paste in the code I just sent you. Make it look like this. We're adding 2 new rows right above all the tacos. If you save this, there are 2 rows. One has a class of item and a class of button. And one has an ID of result with a class of item and a class of hidden. Everybody see that? Now, this hidden class, we haven't written any styles for yet. That's what we're going to do right now. So I'm going to write a little bit of style in our style.css that's going to make them appear. So let's take a look at what it looks like right now. If you look at the HTML page, there's our button. That looks really bad. You can see it says count tacos. And then there's a little dot right there. This doesn't look nice yet, so let's style it up a little bit, shall we? I'm going to paste some code from the CSS code into Slack. I want you to copy it and paste it into your CSS, style.css. In your style.css file, you can do this right at the very bottom. Right below where it says active, paste in 2 new classes. One for the button class and one for the hidden class. Now notice how the hidden class is displaying none. What do you think that does? Yeah, it hides it. Nice. That's why you give it a class name of hidden. Now the button, we want the text to be white and the font size to be huge, 45 pixels. If you save this and refresh, let's take a look at what it looks like now. Okay, it just has a button that says count tacos. You see that? Also though, when we scroll over the button, we want to let people know that we can click on it. So right inside the button class, you should write cursor pointer, like that. So that everyone knows when you hover over the button, that it looks like you can click on it. And we should save this. Yeah, put that in the style.css. You don't have a style.css, make sure you create one. Because if you don't have a style.css, you can't have any of the extra styles for the tacos. I'm sure you have one. Let me check your work right now. Now when we hover over the button, it looks like we can click on it. Check it out. But if you click, nothing happens. Okay? So let's figure out how to make that work. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to select this button. I want everyone to go in there right now, looking at this button. How do you think you could select this button? I want you to take 30 seconds with a partner and try and figure out, looking at the taco.js file and what we've done previously in the document.querySelector and document.querySelector all, how do we select this button with this button right here? So go ahead and take 30 seconds amongst yourself, try and figure it out. We'll come back in a sec. 30 seconds, ready, set, go. Lead me through it, Jerry, you're on it. What do I write? I know, I put you on the spot. What do you write? Help him, Jenny. Help him, Stephanie. Var. Button. Equals. Document.querySelector, nice. What do you put in here? A string. Dot button. Money in the bank. That's what it is. How do you know? Well, go to the Taco Advanced file. Take a look at this div. What are the classes it has? Item. Button. There it is. There's nothing else here with the class of button. So we know when we do that, we're going to get this button. Lovely. So if I select this button, now let's add a click handler to the button. I want everyone right now to add a click handler to the button. So when you click on it, it just alerts you clicked. Take 30 seconds in your groups. Do it together. Or actually take a minute and a half to do this one. And use the exact same styles we've used previously. Take a minute and a half, 90 seconds. Ready, set, go. All right, Marlene. Sounds like you got it. What do I do once I've selected the button? What's next? Button, thank you, Marlene. Button dot, boom, add event listener. And look, Cloud9 even actually gives you a little help here. It shows you how to spell it in case you're messing up the spelling. Now, add event listener takes an event. What is the type of event we want to listen for? A click. So we wait for a click, and once that click happens, we run a function. Now, I'm going to write the function with the shorthand way, the easier way to write it, by just giving it the argument first. What is the name you gave your argument? Event. Followed by the fat arrow, and then the brackets. Now, inside this event, all we want to do is alert that you clicked the button. And let's just make sure it works when I click on the button. Uh-oh. That looks funky. Let's refresh, make sure. Okay, cool. There we go. I click. Uh-oh. It didn't work. Let's figure out why. What did I do wrong here? Alert, you click the button. Doesn't look like anything wrong. Let me refresh this again, make sure. Okay, it's getting all kinds of funky on me, but... Oh yeah, I don't know what's up with that. It's being weird. Let me try it one more time. Preview. Pop in a new screen. Count the tacos. Huh. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Oh man, this is being super weird. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. You click the button. I don't know what's up with that. It was being weird the first time, but it works. Now let's do something else. Let's add it. Let's kick it up a notch a little bit. In here, instead of saying you click the button, let's count how many times the person has clicked the button. So the first thing we're going to do is right below where it says var button, we're going to say var counter equals 0. And that will set up a counter for us. Now, this counter is a number. We've only been dealing with one type of data currently, and that is strings. Strings are just words. You can string together any number of letters and characters inside double or single quotations, and you will get a string. Numbers are different. Numbers work just the way they do in your math class. So we can actually, as soon as somebody clicks the button, we can say counter is equal to counter plus 1, which is just adding 1 to whatever the counter variable was previously. And then we can say you click the button plus counter plus times, so that it tells you exactly how many times you've clicked the button. Write this in your code and make sure it works. Check to make sure it works. Click the button as many times as you can and see what happens to the counter. I want everyone to try that right now. Now, hopefully this is going to work on mine. Let's find out. Okay, they both refreshed. Thank you. Count. You click the button 1 time. Oh, wow. That is... Something's up with my Cloud9. It is bugging. Try this again. No, then it stops working all of a sudden. That is so interesting. Whatever, let's try this. Yeah, Cloud9's preview function actually does some weird stuff like this every now and then. 1 time. Then mine just stops working. Okay. It should keep adding to itself. For whatever reason, I'm not getting that result. It is what it is. But is everyone else getting a similar result? It adds upwards? Yes? Beautiful. So the next thing we want to do is how do we make that counter appear on the screen rather than just alert? Well, what we're going to do is as soon as we click on this button, we want to make this section of the page, the part that says row with the result, we want to make this appear. Right now, the class is hidden. How do you select, and this is your goal for right now, I want you, as soon as you click that button, to select this result right here, result div, and toggle the hidden class. Get rid of that hidden class, and then add it again every time you click the button. So when you click the button, it should remove this hidden class from the div, should find the result div, and then remove this hidden class from it as soon as you click this button right here. So give that a shot. Take, you'll probably need like 2 minutes or so in your groups. Come back together in a second.